All right, so I already have a quick start set up, always playing commish mode in case I need to do some changes. Remember, this is the April 1st start date, and if the game crashes or I lose anything from the game, we start from either the last save, if it was saved, or we start over. So sometimes because this is a monthly save, it will save up to a certain point. So that's the best we can do if the game crashes. So again, I go to Major League Baseball, reports and info, down to free agents. And Babe Ruth is already there because it's part of my quick start setup. And we click on Babe, we go to the editor, scroll down, and we put him in Major League Baseball, Minnesota. Next week, he goes back home, well, his second home, to the Yankees. Oh, that's going to be a good one next week, guys. He goes and he plays 2 weeks in a row with the New York teams, the Yankees and the Mets. But for now, he is going to be on Minnesota. So we'll go to the lineup. We want to follow Minnesota. And as always, they have him hitting number 3. So here is the powerful Minnesota Twins lineup. Joey Gallo, Jose Miranda, Babe Ruth, Byron Buxton, Carlos Correa, Max Kepler, Christian Vazquez, Nick Gordon, and Kyle Farmer. So interesting how the AI has decided to use the exact same lineup versus lefties and versus righties. Okay. As always, I like to show you Babe's first game. And let's see if we can find it here. Maybe he doesn't play today. There it is. He plays in Kansas City. All right, let's go full screen for a bit. So prediction is up. Use your hound biscuits. Will Babe Ruth hit a home run in this first game playing in Kansas City? Think he's going to pop one out? He has not hit a home run on opening day yet. So spend those hound biscuits. You only have about 40 seconds left. Yay or nay. It's as simple as that. Babe getting a home run. So they are the away team here. So again, we always try and get Babe Ruth's at-bats. Just see how he does in his new environment, his new uniform. He's hitting number 3, so we'll go through and watch the first couple batters. Joey Gallo attempting a bunt. We are in the Matrix, guys. Joey Gallo with the bunt attempt. And that time he pounds one into left field, just short of the warning track, one away. Jose Miranda, second up for the Twins. Thank you, Westy Wind, for the follow. I saw that follow come in. Welcome to the channel. Hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday. Runner on first base, Babe Ruth at the plate. We've got a full count, and Babe slams one to third base for the fielder's choice. And that will be it for Babe in this inning. So let's go ahead to the third inning. Nick Gordon at the plate. Babe due up 5th. So we gotta see if he gets there. One away. Let's go to Kyle Farmer. Strikes out. And Joey Gallo back at the plate. He watches one on the outside corner. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the top of the 4th. 3-0 game, Kansas City. Babe does not have success on opening day. At least his team doesn't have success. But he is up now. One hit for the Twins in the 4th inning. Babe Ruth at the plate for appearance number 2. 2-1 count. He drives that one into left field. That is going to fall. And Babe Ruth, with his first hit as a Minnesota Twin, a single. All right, let's go ahead to the 5th. He may get up. It is a 3-1 game. He's 5th up in the order. We don't want to miss a possible home run here. Kyle Farmer, number 9 hitter at the plate. He drives one to third. 2 away. To Joey Gallo. No contact. Gallo flies out to right field. We go to the top of the 6th. 3-1. Kansas City. Brad Keller still in the game for the Twins. Jose Miranda at the plate. And that one's going to fall into left field. Another runner on base for Babe Ruth with one swing of the bat. But Babe can tie this game up. All right, Babe. It's showtime. 6th inning. 2-2 count. Double play. Babe 1 for 3 in the game so far. He'll probably get up at least one more time. We go to the top of the 7th. Don't think he'll get up this inning. Go to the top of the 8th. Joey Gallo. No home runs in the game so far that we've seen. Gallo golfs one into left field for the first out of the 8th inning. Jose Miranda, 5-1 now for the Royals. So this game is not a Twins victory. Babe, can you get us a run? Can you get someone some Hound biscuits? 2 away, 2-2 count. He drives that one to short, and Babe looks like he's going to go 1 for 4 on the day unless they can have a huge 9th inning comeback. Let's play it out. Buxton at the plate. He looks like he might get on base, but no! The outstanding grab on a line out from Chapman, a 4-star play. Who was that in left field? That was Reyes. 6-1 game for Kansas City. That is the 2nd out of the 9th. It's up to Max Kepler to keep things going. And he does. It's not a Gallo home run. It's not a Babe Ruth home run. We did see a home run, but from Max Kepler. 6-2 Kansas City Royals. All right, we need 5-6 players to get on base, and it's not going to happen. The Kansas City Royals will take game 1 from Babe Ruth's Twins. Babe going 1 for 4, 1 run scored, 2 left on base. Keller will take the win for Kansas City. Some of you got some channel points. Let's pay those out right now. 77% said no. 43,000 were bet on the no side. 13,000 bet on the yes side. I know some of you go with the underdog. One of these days, though, he is going to hit that opening day home run. All right, the payout has been done. Congratulations for those of you that bet no. Let's move ahead to the end of April. Again, if you're new to OOTP, you'll notice the categories on the left and right. Those are the league leaders. American left, National League right. We're looking for Babe Ruth anywhere in the left-hand side. And I see his name in a couple places. He's hitting .404 so far in April. Mind you, it's still really early. Can the Minnesota Twins make the playoffs? Will Babe Ruth see his first Final Four appearance? Will he make the World Series for the first time in his Matrix career? We will find out very, very soon. All right, let's go straight to Babe. He is on fire. He is on a hot streak. And currently, 9 home runs. OOTP loves to do this. They love to keep us on the edge of 2 different categories. He's scheduled to hit 50. Not 49. 50. Multiple home run game against Kansas City in the 13-9 win. 2 home runs against the Yankees in New York, where he's going to next week. And other than that, periodically hits one out. 4 RBIs against Washington. So far, his best of the season. 32-year-old Bambino from 1927. Let's take him to the next month. Not in the home run leader category on the left-hand side, Buxton Tucker. Most home runs in the AL. Pete Alonso, who we talked about earlier, 13 home runs for the Mets so far in May. Kansas City, lowest in the AL. In the NL, the Washington Nationals, with only 14 wins so far. They are struggling. Worst team in the NL West, worst team in the AL West, Oakland, Colorado, were Alex's 2 finalists in his 15-minute GM yesterday. Babe, any multiple home run games in May? No. He is feeling the impact of Twins Park right now. Let's go check out where he's at. I don't think he's going to be on pace for 50. He is on pace for 43. So Heath, you're back in the picture. Everyone else, back in it. If you predicted 40 to 50, those of you that predicted 60 or more, it's going to be tough. I'm not going to lie, it's going to be tough. Let's take a look if we see any Babe photographs here. Do we have a Babe spotting? Yes, we do. He is leading the entire league with a 349 average. So remember, Minnesota Twins have a very friendly BABIP park. So Babe Ruth has got 68 hits after the first 2 months, probably due to the ballpark, but suffering on the home runs. 44 walks, 35 strikeouts, so he's walking more than he's striking out, and he's 2 for 4 in stolen bases. Career high was 17 a couple times in his career. Where else is he on the leaderboard? Where is that glorious pitcher? Nowhere. So the only category he's currently leading is in batting average, which I would not have bet money on. I would have bet it would have been on a slugging category. Okay. Good to see you, Brent. Haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing well. Up in Boise, Idaho, a place I've been to a few times. Idaho, that is. Never been to Boise. All right, we're going to go to the All-Star game, and that takes a while to sim because it is a couple months. So let's go back to one of my favorite things to do on Tuesday and educate you guys. Yeah, you guys are going to be learning. You're going to be learning some things here about this day in baseball history and how it connects to OOTP. So on this day, August 22nd, I guess back when your great grandparents were around, Chicken Wolf. Earlier, we were talking about great names. Sugarcane. And we have Chicken Wolf. He's not in this year's version of the game yet. I'm sure he'll be soon. Last year in OOTP 23, his highest rated card was an 89 Tournament Edition gold card. On this day in 1886, Chicken Wolf would hit a game-winning inside the park home run thanks to a stray dog, impeding Abner Powell from fielding the ball. So yeah, back in the day, it wasn't just birds, it wasn't just cats running out on the field, but here was a stray dog that got onto the field, and Abner Powell couldn't get to the ball, and Chicken Wolf, with his speed, raced around the base paths. And even better, The stray dog had been sleeping by the fence and grabbed onto Powell's pant leg. Oh man, that's the first I've heard of that. Yeah, so Chicken Wolf gets an inside the park home run because of a dog clenching onto the pant leg of the center fielder. Yes. Couldn't happen to a better guy like Chicken Wolf. On this day, back in 1915, World War I is underway. Europe is digging trenches into the battlefield. The Canadian soldiers are sent over to see their first action at Ypres, the Third Battle of Ypres, where gas would be used for the first time, and Canadian soldiers were forced to deal with some of this combat. Well, on this day in August, in the second inning of a doubleheader, the crowd would see the Senators score a run with no official at-bats. Crazy. Yeah, they get a run, but on the score sheet, no official bats are recorded. Well, Lap, how does that happen? Well, this is how it happens. It's the first time it's ever happened at that point. I don't know if it's ever happened again. Probably. Chick Gandil and Marito Acosta will walk. Rip Williams will sacrifice, and George McBride will hit a sacrifice fly, scoring Gandil. And the Tigers catch Acosta off second base when Bobby Veach throws to Vitt. Walter Johnson would go on to win 8-1 and snap the Tigers' 9-game win streak. So that's how you score a run without any times at bat. I'm sure it's been done since, because it seems like it would be fairly easy to do. You walk a few guys, you hit some sac flies. I'm sure some pitchers have even walked 4 batters in a row. But this was the first time it was ever done. And in OOTP, we have the two extremes. We've got the 94 Walter Johnson card, which I see some teams using in league. And we've got the 41 rated Ozzie Vitt card, who I don't think I've ever drafted. Johnson from his 1907 year and Ozzie Vitt from his 1916 year. On this day, I thought this one was kind of interesting, especially the little image I found there. In a 22-inning contest against the Dodgers, Pirates outfielder Carson Bigby, who we don't have any cards in the game this year or last year, he would set a major league record with 11 at-bats. If there's time for an LE card to come out, it's today. 11 at-bats in a 22-inning contest. I don't know if it's ever been beat in one game, 11 at-bats, but Carson Bigby, you deserve a low iron card for that. The game was also the 4th straight extra inning game played by Pittsburgh. Again, back in the dead ball era, you'd see frequently extra inning games played, 1-0 games, 0-0 games, which set a National League record for that time. And here's the little advertisement. Carson Bigby, Pittsburgh left fielder, first played professional baseball with Portland. Dry, I don't know what that says. Dry hits, stogies? Dry slits, stogies? Anyone that's a cigar expert, help me interpret this second word. I can't get it because of the font. 3 for 10 cents. Promoted by Carson Skeeter Bigby, nickname of Skeeter. Try 3 today. You will smoke more tomorrow. Well, of course, because that's addicting. Yes, the innocence of ads back then. Especially in Canada, right? Boiled egg. You can't imagine that. All right. On this day, back in 1926, as the world was unaware of the massive financial crash that was about to happen 3 years later, Tigers are rained out at home after 3 games. Connie Mack and Tom Scheib decide that Sunday baseball should be played. Remember, this is at a time where they were not allowed to play baseball games on Sunday. Boiled egg, you might remember, if you're old enough, prior to 1982, we had something in Canada called the Lord's Day Act, where many businesses, unless they were essential services, were not allowed to open up on Sundays. So that it would be ghost towns, at shopping malls and storefronts on Sundays because they weren't allowed to open. Well, same with baseball back in 1926. You could not have baseball games played on Sunday. But after 3 rainouts, they decided to play the first ever game in Philadelphia on a Sunday. Only 10,000 people showed out. Lefty Grove would be on the mound. No incidents. The police were barred from interfering because of a court injunction. And it will be 1934 before they change the law. So the courts will say it was illegal to do that, and it would be 8 years later before they would change it. Lefty Grove has a 100 rated tournament card in OOTP 24. Good card from what I can see. And yeah, interesting. No Sunday baseball. In Canada, when the Charter of Rights and Freedoms came out in 1982, people started to challenge that, opening on Sundays. It was challenged in Alberta with a few stores opening up. And the Supreme Court said, yeah, it goes against your charter rights. And ever since then, Sunday shopping became just like every other day. Really, barbershops closed on Mondays. Yeah, I haven't heard that one before. I know there's certain family-run stores that, have different hours. They close Sunday, Monday, or something like that. So next up, on this day in 1939, now what makes this date significant, it would be 9 days later that World War II would start. The leader of Germany, I don't want to mention his name in case that triggers any kind of Twitch negativity, but the leader of Germany would invade Poland on September 1st, 1939. War would be declared by the Allies. 9 days before that, at Comiskey Park, 50,000 fans, the Yankees would win their first ever night game, defeating the hometown White Sox. So Sunday baseball back in the 20s, night games starting to be played in the 1930s, and the Bronx Bombers would hit 14 hits, 9 of which are extra bases. I wonder if the players kind of lost the ball in the night field, which would be a strong possibility. So there you go. 9 days before the most devastating war this world has ever seen, we get some good old-fashioned night baseball in Chicago. All right, we'll get to the second half of this day in history after we go through the Matrix a little bit more. It is All-Star time, and the question is, does Babe Ruth get voted in as a starter? He never has been yet. I think one time he's been voted in. We're looking American League, and he is not. Kyle Stowers, Byron Buxton, Jordan Alvarez, and Aaron Judge take the honors over Babe Ruth, who's on fire with an average of 337. The Babe does not get voted in as a starter. This game does not like Babe Ruth in the Matrix, that's for sure. All right, let's go to the entire game just to see what kind of action Babe Ruth got in the All-Star game. Would they use him? Let's see. Oh, come on. Oh, yeah, there he is. Whew. He does get into the game. Let's see if we can find it here. Babe Ruth. He would pinch hit. All right, bottom of the fifth inning, ground out by Diaz, fly out by Aaron Judge, Babe Ruth would come in and take a walk. And that would be it. That would be the extent of his all-star action. A walk. Well, let's find out where he is in the home run chase here. Again, he's on a hitting streak. He has 32. Oh my goodness. Whoa. Whoa. I apologize to those of you that said Babe would hit 60 or more. Babe is on pace for 57 now. He had a really strong run here in mid-June. 4 consecutive games with home runs, multiple home runs against Toronto, against Milwaukee. Babe Ruth. Let's see if Babe is on the leaderboard anywhere here. He is number 1. He is number 1 in the league with 32 home runs. We don't see this often with Babe, and he's hitting in a kind of a nerfed left-handed home run park. Go figure. There's OOTP for you. You just never know what you're going to get. Look at all the categories. He says, you're snubbing me from the All-Star game as a starter. I'll show you. I'm Babe Ruth. Wow. All right. Break time, guys. Back in 2 minutes to finish off his run in Minnesota. See you soon. Back after the break. Good to see you guys are still here. Welcome all in. Again, we will have a draw for 5 packs a little bit later towards the end of the stream. We're just over halfway through the Babe in the Matrix series right here on Twitch on Tuesdays, where we put Babe Ruth in the 2023 environment and see how he performs. He has not beat his personal best of 60 home runs. He's tied it when he was in Cleveland, but he's got a pretty good chance with Minnesota. The bad news, first of all, the Twins probably aren't going to make the playoffs. After Ruth is just lighting it up so far, the Twins don't look like they're going to be in playoff position. They're 13 games out, and when we look at the wild card, they are 10 games out. So I feel bad, Babe. You didn't make the All-Star starting squad, and your team probably isn't going to make the playoffs. Okay. How's he doing good news-wise? Well, home runs. He's passed by Giancarlo Stanton, who now has 39. Ruth has 38, and Ruth is on pace for 58 home runs now, so he's brought it up a little bit. At one point in the season, he was due for 37, I think, or 34. Yeah, he's doing really well in Minnesota. He likes playing in that park, apparently. If we take a look at his batting stats, you know, his home runs, you know, few and far between. He's hitting a lot of these home runs, it looks like, on the road. No multiple home run games for a while, though, so we'll see if he can keep it up. We're at the beginning of August right now. Let's go to the beginning of September. And while we let that sim, let's go finish off this day in baseball history. Good to see you guys here. Thank you, Justin the Gravedigger. Justin the Gravedigger. No, seriously. Is that what you do for a living? Justin the Gravedigger. I'm frightened. It reminds me of the old cemetery days and the 2 grave diggers late at night Justin the Gravedigger. Thank you, Justin, for the follow. Good to see you here. Stay tuned for your chance to win 5 packs at the end of the stream. And yeah, let's go on with this day in history. Next up, August 22nd, 1949. So that would make you 80. No, that'd make you 74 years old today. Yeah, happy 74th birthday. If anyone's selling a birthday today, born in 1949, August 22nd. Can you believe this, Ezra? Ezra, your Giants sell Johnny Mize to the Yankees for 40 grand. Ezra, everyone in chat here can pool up 40 grand to buy a Johnny Mize. Mind you, if you want a Sandy Koufax, you're probably getting pretty close for that limited edition. Mize sold to the Yankees for 40 grand. Ezra, I want you to justify that for the Giants. Come on. They're your team. How can you sell one of the best players? We do have 2 cards of Johnny Mize on screen. One is this year's, one is last year's. Both 100 perfects. And if you're looking at the card on the left going, wow, that's pretty cool Photoshop. No, that was his card art in OOTP 23. Part of the Platinum series, Platinum 3, I believe. Platinum 2, either Platinum 2 or Platinum 3. So both really good cards, both cards that, definitely going to help your team. I have him on my theme team, the Johnny Mize, that was selected by Red Sixer fan a couple weeks ago. Bought him with my perfect points. So yeah, on this day in August 1949, Johnny Mize goes to the Yankees. This one I thought was fun. This was a fun one to do because we've all used iron cards and maybe in our iron tournaments, we've used Tommy Byrne. So on this day in 1951, Tommy Byrne keeps walking them and the Red Sox keep stranding them as St. Louis and Boston battle for 13 innings before the Sox win 3-1. So Brownie Byrne walked 16. Yeah, 16 Sox batters, tying the American League walk records set by Bruno Haas back in 1915. And Boston will strand 22 runners. Walk, stranded, walk, stranded, walk. So Boston stranding 22 runners. The American League record for stranded runners is 24, set in 1932. Byrne will break his personal record of 13 walks in a game that he set back in 1949. And doesn't help him, stranding 14. And I thought this was cool because OOTP got this right with his card. When we look at the 49 Tommy Byrne card, look at that control. 21. So real life, he walked a lot of guys. And in OOTP, he's probably going to walk a lot of guys. Really good pitcher, Babbitt. Really good stuff. But yeah, so fitting. I love when I come across things like this where you see a real life player genuinely match up with what his card should be. On this day, back in 1957, Stan Musial, Stan the Man, would tear a muscle and chips a bone swinging at a pitch in the 4th inning against the Phillies at Connie Mack Stadium. The injury will end his consecutive streak at 894. But wait. It doesn't end it. He ends his streak at 895, but how? Well, this is how. By pinch running in a game which was suspended on July 21st and completed on August 27th, that counts as a game played, and therefore one more game onto his streak. So he stops playing for a few days, pinch runs in a game that was suspended for a while, and it gets tagged on to his consecutive streak of 894. So way to go, Stan. 2 cards in perfect team. He's got the immortal 100 perfect card, some of the best card art we've seen, and a card probably most of you have used, the 89 tournament edition card. Come on, admit it. You guys used this a lot early because it came out really early in the game. So his 1952 is the 89. His 1948 is the immortal card. Stan the Man. So this was in 1957. So they play about 150 games a year. So what's that work out to, you math guys? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seasons? 6 straight seasons of playing every game, somewhere around there. Yeah, Stan the Man, one of the best. 2 more on this day in 1961. Roger Maris would become the first player to hit 50 home runs before the end of August. Kind of misleading. It says in the month of August. No, he'd hit his 50th home run in the month. So no other player had hit 50 before the end of August until Roger Maris. Of course, his 61 and 61, famous. Every baseball fan knows that. We've got 2 Roger Maris cards, one a bronze 64, an all-star version, and one his 1960 tournament 84. My guess is we're going to see that 1961 peak come out at some point to celebrate his 61 and 61. Maybe by the end of August. I don't know. I do not know. Let's do our last one here. All you Cubs fan Steve, if you're in listening range here, important for a Cubs fan to celebrate today on this day in 1982. Ernie Banks would have his number retired. Number 14 that he wore for 19 seasons is going to be retired by the Chicago Cubs. Now, Cubs fan Steve, I don't know if you're around, but that was back in the day where you probably lived in Chicago and went to a lot of games maybe. Did you happen to see the retirement ceremony either on TV or at the stadium? Very cool. 19 years wearing number 14, Ernie Banks. So that is, what's that, about 30, 40, 41 years ago? Wow, 41 years ago. You know, opposite of his number, 14, synchronicity, 41. All right, before we get back to Babe, let's find out if there's any news from OOTP. Let's see if they've got the teaser for Thursday's set yet. Oh, so this was the 70 card I talked about earlier, the Milt Stock limited edition. Now, because it's got the white border, there's 100 of them. If it's got the black border, it's either 10 or 25. So here's another 100 rated card. Cobra, have you done the research? This is iron. Jake Powell in left field. Is Jake Powell going to replace some of those outfielders that we use in iron? What are his numbers looking like? So good luck. Jake Powell, Joe DiMaggio had a lot of people hit behind him, and Jake Powell played 11 years, and he hit 5th behind DiMaggio, going 0 for 4 on July 1st, 1939. All right, nothing else new from the Perfect Team in terms of what's coming up this week. All right, let's get on to the end of Babe in Minnesota. Again, we'll do a draw for 5 packs coming up close to the top of the hour, and we'll take you over to the next affiliate streamer. I'll show you the affiliate schedule for today a little bit later. We are September 1st. Babe Ruth is not on fire. He's not on a hit streak. He has 47 home runs, on pace for 57. It's going to be close again. It is going to be close. I'm pulling for him to get 61. Come on. Give it to a team that isn't really given a lot of recognition. Minnesota. He's going to New York next week. We know what we can expect out of New York, where he did hit 60 home runs. But can he do it in 2023? That'll be fun to watch. Second in home runs behind Stanton. First in slugging, first in batter war, first in runs, fifth in average. So his average has fallen off. And then first in WOBA and OPS plus. Are they in a playoff chase? Did they improve? Where is Minnesota? No. Horrible season, losing 5 in a row. Well, let's go 2 weeks ahead. Let's go to September 15th. 16th. Babe Ruth, 48 home runs. Stuck at 48. Still at 48. Oh, he slowed down. 48. As we're midway through the month, did he hit one in that last game? He's slightly tired. He's got 49. Projected to hit 54. So those of you that predicted between 40 and 49, and there were 19 of you. Sorry to say, for you 19, Babe is only 1 home run away from taking you out of contention. So you know what that means. With only a couple weeks to go, I think you're done. Babe would have to go about 15 games without a home run. So we're going to go to the next week. Minnesota winning 5 of their last 6. All right, let's find out. Did Babe get a home run here? No. How about the 2-1 win? Nope. In the 7-5 win? No. In their last game? No. Actually, I was looking at the wrong one here. So let's see. Korea. Buxton. And Babe Ruth with his 49th. So he does have 49. It doesn't look like he's hit his 50th yet. Nope, still stuck at 49. Well. Could a slump bring back those 40 to 49 guessers? Next up, Cincinnati. Lost 4-0. Don't need to look at that box score. 4-0 win, and Babe Ruth does not hit a home run. Max Kepler with the home run, his 10th of the season. Last game against Cincinnati. And Babe Ruth loses the game, and the Twins do not hit a home run. We head off back to Minnesota, where he'll play a 3-game set against the Angels. First game, 7-4 loss. No home runs for the Twins. You guys have a shot. Next game, 5-0 victory. Babe hits a double, but no home runs. Babe still stuck at 49. Final game against the Angels, then 3 against Oakland and 3 against in Colorado. I don't like the looks of that. All right. Last game against the Angels. Lost 7-2. No home runs for the Babe. Still at 49. He has an off day here, so maybe that rest will help him out. Let's go to Oakland. Or actually, we're playing in Minnesota, so that favors you guys because it's in Minnesota. First game against the A's. 2-1 victory and a home run. Babe has done it. He has hit the 50 home run mark, which eliminates the majority of you from the contest. All right, we can finish off the week. We'll see how Babe finishes the season. Minnesota will not be in the playoffs. They are officially eliminated. So close again. The last few weeks have come down to the last few games of the season. And yes, in Colorado, in Colorado, they would score 33 runs in Colorado. Let's just see. Oh yeah, he had a home run in the first game in Colorado. Home run in the second game. So yeah, it was short-lived suspense. He would hit home runs in all 3 games in Colorado. So Babe Ruth finishing the season on a hot streak. Let me write these numbers down. Home runs, 54. RBIs, 116, which is kind of low, I guess. 179 hits, and he would finish with 128 runs. Tiebreakers, walks 121 and a WAR of 9.5, which I'm guessing will lead the league. Yes, by far. He and Kyle Tucker just blew the league away in terms of WAR. 8 for Kyle Tucker, 9.5 for Ruth. So he's got a good shot, I think, for the MVP. He led a lot of categories. 5th in batting average, 4th in home runs. Alvarez, I think, is in contention. I see Alvarez up there. Judge, Kyle Tucker. So it's going to come down to Alvarez, Tucker, and Judge, I think. Unless we had a pitcher that's going to take it, which very rarely happens. Final regular season standings. The Minnesota Twins finished with a 76-86 record. Of course, we got to go to the playoffs. Here are your playoff matchups. Braves, Diamondbacks, Mariners, and Orioles. Good. We get to see some teams that are not Los Angeles Dodgers and Cardinals or Yankees. Final 8. Mariners against the Rays, Astros against the Orioles, Braves taking on the Dodgers, who I guess did make it as a wild card, and Reds up against the Diamondbacks. All right, let's go to the next round. Seattle trying to make a comeback. Can they reverse sweep? No, they do not. They fall in game 5. Orioles defeat the Astros in 5. Rays over the Mariners in 5. The Braves take the Dodgers in 5. And the Reds, the 2023 April 1st Matrix Reds, are in the Final 4. Yeah, Reds. are in the Final Four. All right, let me throw up a quick little prediction here. Right. Get those Hound Biscuits going. Who will be the World Series winning team this week? Will it be the Atlanta Braves, the Cincinnati Reds, the Tampa Bay Rays, or the Baltimore Orioles? Give you a minute to get that in. Let's take a look at where they finished in the standings. The Braves were 93-69. The Reds won their division at 91-71. So that could be a close series. The Rays were a wild card team finishing at 89-73, and they will take on the division winning Orioles at 97-65. No team finished with over 100 wins this season. Baltimore was the champion with the most wins at 97. All right, all bets are in. Let's do this. Let's go. 64% of you are predicting the Braves, 18% the Rays, 17% Orioles, and 1 or 2 people put the Reds. If the Reds win, it's going to be a big payday for whoever bet 110 channel points. Big payday. Let's go to the finals. Braves, Orioles with the early lead. Reds come back, but not enough. It will be Rays, Braves. So the Orioles, their underdog season, not quite good enough. They will lose in 7 games, losing game 7 by a score of, what was it? 11-4. So 2 of the favorites that we would expect to be in the World Series this year, especially early in the season, the Rays and the Braves. All right. Will the favorite win? That's the Braves. That's who you guys predicted is going to win this all, most of you. Game 1 to Tampa Bay. Game 2 to Tampa Bay. Will the wildcard team take it? 3-0 for Tampa Bay. And it will not be a sweep. 3-1. And I think we're at the end of the month, so the game is saving everything up. Let's go, Baz. Let's go. Shane Baz. Let's win it all. And they have. There's that Rob Deere and Headlights energy. Tampa Bay will win game 5 by a score of 4-2. Looking for Shane Baz here in the lineup. Let's just reflect a little bit on the champion Tampa Bay Rays. No Shane Baz here. Shane McClanahan, 15-8. Glasnow, Rasmussen, and Eflin are the 4. Yeah, I don't know. Where is he? Is he in Durham? I don't know. Unless I'm missing something, I don't see a Shane Baz here anywhere. Did he get traded before this game came in? Trades are not on. He should not have got traded unless he's injured. Oh, yeah. Tommy John surgery. Sorry there, Rob Deere and Headlights, but He's out 5 to 6 months in the matrix due to a March 5th Tommy John surgery. March 5th? Or no, May 3rd, I think. May 3rd, yeah. What could have been, Shane? I hope they still give you a ring. You were probably going to be one of their starters. Sorry for ruining your day, but let's make the payout here. 18% of you chose the Rays to win, so let's see how much you get paid out. Congratulations. Will go out to the Channel Point winners. In fact, D King, 28.9 thousand points go out to D King. We'll be back right after the break for our final giveaway. All right, welcome back. To end off the show here again, we've got some giveaways to do for our Babe winner. We've got our random draw winner we're going to have to do, but sim ahead during the break to the awards. Let's take a quick peek at the award winners for the Minnesota Matrix Day. Marte from the Arizona Diamondbacks is your MVP of 2023. Marte, 334 average, 967 OPS, 6.5 WAR, and 28 home runs with 128 RBIs. He had more RBIs than Babe Ruth. Marte. Senga, we've seen him win the Cy Young a couple times from the New York Mets. He went 15-11 with a league-leading 2.88 ERA, 6.0 WAR, and he had 257 Ks over the course of the season. Congratulations from Japan, Senga. Your Rookie of the Year is going to go to Cincinnati Reds Spencer Steer, who hit 302, 104 RBIs, 30 home runs. This kid had a season, 5.1 WAR, and he did strike out 154 times. But he did put up some really big numbers throughout the season. And your Reliever of the Year, first-time winner Dylan Lee from the Braves. 1-for-4, 1-4 record, 191 ERA, 71 Ks in 70.2 innings pitched, so pretty much a K per inning, and a 1.5 WAR. No saves, and only one win. So here you have a Reliever of the Year with one victory on the year and no saves. Quite unusual. Okay, let's go up to the American League. Does Babe win MVP? I'm saying yes. I am going to give it a resounding yes, and he does. With a 325 average, 444 OBP, 1.109 OPS, 9.5 WAR, and 54 home runs. Babe Ruth is the AL MVP. So that could come into play. Tampa Bay's Shane McClanahan is your Cy Young winner, 15-8, 306 ERA, part of the World Series champion Tampa Bay Rays, and your Rookie of the Year, first-time winner Oscar Colas. Colas with a 290 average, 95 RBIs, 87 runs, only one stolen base. Not the speediest guy. One stolen base, 4.7 WAR, part of the Chicago White Sox. And your Reliever of the Year in the AL, first-time winner Jason Adam. Closer for the Tampa Bay Rays, finished with 35 saves, 1.14 ERA, and only gave up 2 home runs in 63 innings pitched. So pretty effective. 26 walks, 74 K, so over a strikeout per inning, and 10.6 K per 9. So Jason Adam, Shane McClanahan, have rings, and now they have personal awards to go with that. Okay, let me just save this up. And then I am going to go on to the spreadsheet and find out our winner. Okay. Coca. I think in PBE, don't we need a Coca? A Coca-Cola? Because in PBE, amazing things can happen when you create a player. Go check out pbesim.com. All right, let's go back to the spreadsheet here. Thanks, guys, for hanging in. Been a little bit of a long stream. We will check for someone to raid into in a bit. I'll go over the schedule of who's going to be on. And where is so many things going on? Where do I want to go? I want to go here. All right, let me do my little sheet here. Under data, we are going to create filters. Let's go over to the side. Let's make this a little bit bigger. Okay, how many home runs? That is between 50 and 59. What do we got? We've got Ezra, Jeff, D King, Warbot, D Dempsey, Fussmucker, Sav 510, Boiled Egg, Tall Right, and Seldom Seen. You know what? That's a very appropriate name because I never see you in chat. That is the name of today's stream so far. Seldom Seen. Glad to have you here. RBIs is the next category. What did Babe hit? 116. Well, I don't have to go much further, guys. Only one of you. Well, let's go up a little bit. Let's do this official wise. I forgot to scroll up. Yeah. That's it. Only one person. Sav 510. Congratulations. You are the winner of the Minnesota Twins Babe in the Matrix contest today. You had the home runs. You had the RBIs. The RBIs. And it's a good thing you didn't get to hits. Oh, no, you would have had the hits. You wouldn't have had the runs. So there you go. Sav 510. Congratulations. Are you in the chat? Sav 510. There you are. Good stuff. I'm proud of you for guessing over 50 home runs in a non-left-handed home run ballpark, because I never would have made that. Yeah, let me clear that. And go. Okay. Simple enough. Didn't have to travel too far in the questions. All right. Well, if you want a chance at winning some packs here, that was yesterday. We're going to give out 5 more packs. Let me put the code word of the day. The code word is twins. Twins will be the code word. Enter it as a single word, as a phrase. Be creative. Use it in a sentence appropriately. And that will enter you into our final draw for the day. As that is going on, let me put the banner up here for those that are maybe not listening but watching. It is giveaway time. Enter twins in the chat. Be creative. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks to the follows today. Justin, the Gravedigger, Westy Wind, Boiled Egg, you I'm going to call you the person because I never really checked your identity. Boiled Egg, you are wonderful. Thank you, Boiled Egg, for gifting Rob Deer in Headlights, a huge Shane Baz fan. He was collecting Shane Baz perfects all last year. Thank you for the gift here to Rob. Rob, enjoy all the emotes. And thank you, Rob, for being part of the chat and being part of the community. And yeah, you guys are wonderful. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others, give what you can, take what you need, support those in the wildfires and the hurricanes and the tornadoes and the floods and give to the food bank, mow someone's lawn, help an old lady across the street unless she doesn't want to, and then she might push back a little bit. Not everyone wants help across the street. And it is, say it with me, a great day for baseball.